calling an Afrotronica album, meaning that it's like left field electronic with an African element, and it sounds like this. Started a bit of this like a week and a half ago, and I've got about 8 days to come up with another 5 tracks. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. So for the past couple of days, the strategy or the way I've been doing this is I've got an Mbira. It's not in the room, but been running it through this Boss RC50 looper pedal, as well as a DDR3 delay pedal. And you tweak the sounds, you tweak the the rate and stuff on the delay, and then it comes up with these weird bloopy kind of, they almost sound like mistakes or maybe like computer problems, this kind of thing. Glitch sounding things. Yeah. There's the original Mbira, which I'm messing with. I'll just loop that section. Just giving myself a little preview here. There we go, that sounds good. Alright, looks like I don't have there we go, cool, we got picture. Right on, okay, we got friends on the right here. Fish with Blocks. How you doing, Fish with Blocks? I can turn this guy off. Cool. Welcome to this music composition session, where I will be writing sort of this electronic music inspired by artists like Matthew Herbert and Julian Meir, which I encourage you to check out. This is an Mbira being run through a delay pedal. Hello, I'm fine, thank you. How are you today? What's your story, Fish with Blocks? Why are you here? What brings you here? Did you make music? Listen to that! Isn't that tasty? Ah, I love it when you get this filthy shit. I've got a, oh, that's a winner. That's a keeper. And what I thought I was going to do originally, I don't know how it's going to play out, but let's just try and reroute Ableton into this. And then what I'll do is I'll get this guy here with the grid controller to trigger some of these samples for playback in Reaper. You like music? Cool. Well, so do I. I like listening to music. I like living, breathing, and making music every day of my life. So welcome to the stream if you're into that kind of thing. Basically what I'm doing, like I said today, is, yeah, so we've got Ableton on the left. Let me just show you what's cooking on the Ableton side. Basically what I'm doing today is I'm taking the sequence that I'm trying to make an album of tunes, which I do like every month. I've taken an Mbira, which is an African thumb piano. It's in the other room. And I've sampled that into this Boss RC50, and then I've gone and taken all that and stuck it into this grid pattern of Ableton, which now, as you can see, these things are lit up, which means that when I play these guys, let's give them a playback. There you go. Now you can hear it. It's playing over there. But where I actually want to be is down here. So we're going to shift the grid across and down. Actually, I got an idea. Let's just start fresh. We're going to go all the way down here. And it's weird holding this thing like this, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. I did have a second camera at some point, but unfortunately I couldn't get it to work because it was like picking up the sound as well as the picture, and I couldn't switch the sound off. It's giving me double echoey voice vibes. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sample here, and I'm actually just going to export that quick. Loop it and export it because I want it to end up in a sampler. So I'm going to call this Mbira long, and I'll just bounce out the time selection to, we don't need the MP3, and I'll just bounce that out down to, yeah, let's just stick it in there. Cool. I don't even really need to do that, but anyway. And then the next step is going to be, let's just chuck in some more samples. Yeah. So the idea now is to get today's session. I spent an hour on the floor tweaking the knobs, and I want to get that session into Ableton now, which is why I'm bouncing this out, so that I can play it back on a sampler. I did just download a sampler from a Reaper sampler, but I haven't worked out how to use it yet, and I don't really want to spend my live stream doing that. Well, that looks like peaking. No? Okay. Yeah, cool. So let's get going with this once it's finished bouncing out. I'm sure there's a clever way to do that. There's always a clever way to do that. If you can think of any clever ways to do anything that I'm doing, then I'd encourage you to get in touch and drop a comment. Cool. Beat Along is going into the recordeds folder. Let's just shift it over. Good. Now, the next step is to get a... Let's just move all these guys over. I want to just start fresh, kind of. So I'm going to start a new one. I'm going to get a new sampler in here. Okay, sampler. Stick that in there. It's not clever enough to convert it to a MIDI track, unfortunately. Let's try that again. Cool. There's my sampler in Ableton. Now we can import this Reaper sample into Ableton and set playback markers. Firstly, let's just get the volume up. Ooh, that's going to be pretty loud. Let's set some playback markers. There we go. Still pretty loud. Let's take it down 6 dB. Cool. So now each time, each one of these things is a start point. Each one of these samples is a start point. Seeing as that repeats, I don't actually need the whole thing. So I'm going to work my way through this file now, and I'm going to just find... See there, that's an interesting... You can play it polyphonically if you like. You can change the attack value so that it's not so sharp. You can kind of roll it in like that. But I happen to like a glitch popping sound, so I'm going to leave it there. Cool, so there we've got a sample number 1. Now let's take that sample and duplicate it so that I can start, so that I can get over to the next sample, which sounds kind of cool. That's going to be over here. Cool, that's good. Next. Oh, it's playing both at the same time. So that last one I can delete because it was a trick. I tricked myself. I was tricked. Okay, next. I like pitch bending stuff, like that sounds cool to me, so I'm going to just use that. Next, I'm going to mute the previous one so that I don't get confused. And you see what I'm doing, I'm working my way through a sample file. And it looks like it's playing the same thing again and again. What I actually want is for it to, yeah, that's the new one. Let's move that down and mute that. There we go. There we go. That's a cool sound. Right on. Cool. Happy with that. Fine. You can use that in all sorts of stuff. Cool. Let's move on. Next. Oh wait, I keep on doing the wrong thing. I keep on, there we go. Cool. This guy here. Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's good. I think just that. So you can see just a sample like this can actually like springboard a whole track. You don't have to be fish in blocks. You don't have to fish with blocks. I think, the word talented and the word creative and even the word intelligent, I think a lot of the time you can replace those words with the word experienced. So I wouldn't worry about like not having the immediate knowledge to do something. The key is to spend your hundreds of hours doing it. And I really love this stuff, like just interfacing with computers, and especially when it's like real world stuff. Like to me, this is an actual real world hardware device that you can use to manipulate sounds. I like to think of that as the starting point and the computer as the finishing point. But go for it, man. Like, I encourage you to, just pursue with vigor that which you feel gives you joy, makes you, ooh, yes, it's my favorite. Cool. Oh man, that is just such a beautiful sound. It's so delicious. It sounds like a computer farting. Okay, let's move on right now to the next sample in the back. I'm sure there's a smarter way to do this, but anyway. Oh, I love it. Cool. We'll fine tune them as we go, but for now let's just make some progress before we... Cool. Alright, let us treat that as a starting point. Next thing I've got to do is I've got to just rearrange these. First, I want to make sure they're all in the octave C3 to C5, call it. C3 to C4. I think there's only 8, 6 or 7. Okay. Good. Now what we do is we distribute ranges equally, and we've got... Actually, let's do the smarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a fifth. So we only need to distribute them from note C to the note G, and I think that makes sense. Distribute ranges equally. 7 semitones, 7 samples. Cool. So now they're not overlapping anymore, and I've just built myself a sampler instrument. Okay, good. So what I'm doing here with my left hand, I'm playing along. Let me actually just try and reframe this a bit so we can see. Cool. Okay, so just the 1 octave. Cool. The only trouble with this is that this is now one device, which doesn't leave me a lot of room for polyphonic playback. And by that I mean, what if I wanted all of that? So instead of having 7 samples all in one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to a 2 octave range. So call it C2 to C4. Yeah, let's call it C2 to C4. Now I've got this mbira long. We're going to call it sample 1 and duplicate it. 4, 5, and we're going to duplicate it 2 more times. There we go. And now what we should have is 7 different samplers which all have the ability to play. Okay, cool. So now sampler 1. Let's do it, yeah, should we do it, let's do it the lazy way. I'm going to just leave it like this for now. And then I'm going to delete, from sampler 1, I'm going to delete 2 to 6, I think, yeah, 2 to 6. And I've only got sampler 1 in the track sampler 1, same with sampler 2, 3, wait, which one did I do there? 1 and 2 can die. And then 4, 5, 6, 7 can die. 1, 2, 3 can die, and 4, 5, 6 can die. 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5, 6, and 7. Cool. We now have 7 samplers. 7 samplers for different sounds. Problem is, I haven't unmuted all of them yet. Cool. Very boring admin work, but this is what it takes to create custom sounds. So my hope here is that I'm going to really throw down some really awesome sounding stuff. Okay. Okay. So this is what I was hoping for all along. What I've got now is this device. And maybe what I can do is play it low. So let's say these guys here are selecting which track I'm going to be playing on, 1 to 8. Maybe it's time we just zoomed in on here a bit. That might be a bit cool. Yeah, let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I've got 7 sampler devices. I'm actually literally rolling up my sleeves. Okay, sampler 1 sounds like this. And it sounds like absolutely nothing because it's not actually sampler 1. It's bus mbira. For some reason I've got a special bus for the mbira. Sounds like a waste of my time. Cool. Back over to 1. Sampler 1 has got 2 octaves of range. Sampler 2. Same sample, up and down, different. Good. Right, now we're going to start with the polyphonic. Doodaloo. So this is where it starts for me. Now all of this stuff happening in Ableton, very convenient, but I can actually hide it away now. Oh, hello. Your name is Avsuri Gaming. Oh, hello, Avsuri Gaming. Nice of you to stop by. Thanks for popping in. What I'm doing today is I'm making mbira, like African thumb piano sample packs, so that I can play it along with my music here. I'm going to delete that. And I've got to write like another 4 or 5 tracks in the next couple of days. So let's start with the idea I had now. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so here's the sort of general feel. So first things first, 2, 3, 4. I get it at a hip-hop tempo, which is 92 BPM. And let's just make the marker go back a bit there. This track is called track 5, very original. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me try and get this into into Reaper. Cool. Because Reaper's sampler is like spectacularly bad. Okay, so that did come through, but I just want to turn the monitoring off here. That did come through, but it unfortunately is very soft. Because why? It's recording the full mix. I don't want the full mix. I just want Ableton. No. Let me think quickly. Ableton Live. Just doing some routing here quickly. Ableton Live. Ableton. Where are you, son? There you are. Ableton. Is Ableton receiving? Yeah, it is. Should be. Ableton's pumping it out, so why am I getting no? That's coming from me. Oh, we're actually in rewire mode. That's the question. No, we're not. Okay, I see what the problem is. Ableton's working fine, but it's not actually plugged into Reaper at the moment. So I'm going to close it and restart it. Maybe that would work. It's a 2-step process when you want to do something like a little bit, custom, like a custom sound or whatever. And there's always a lot of setup and prep. But now the cool thing is, now that I've got my sample instrument, I can actually reuse that. Is this being rewired? No, it's not. It appears that I have a tech problem that I can't rewire Ableton. Well, it's not automatically rewiring, put it that way. I might have to do a reboot. Yeah, because if it hasn't started in rewire, it's not going to. Cool, so I'm just going to reboot this. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Tell you what, let's get Ableton. No, we can't. Let's. Cool, so yeah. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to use this keyboard that I've just started messing around with to play back samples. And those samples are going to become part of like the beat using Reaper. So let's try and figure that out once we've got the project up and running. In the meantime, I'm going to play a tuna can with some chopsticks. It needs a little bit of dampening. Yeah. I used this in a track once, actually. That could sound pretty good if we reversed it. Right, let me load up Ableton one more time and see if it works. There's always a million ways to do something, which makes life very convenient and also very difficult at times when you've got too many options. Please play. Yay! Good. Alright, we have rewire capability. That means that Ableton is speaking to Reaper. Cool. So here we go. I'll put this little gimmick away. I was just trying to keep your attention. Now, over to this guy, and let's load up the recent set, sample and hold. We should be able to resample some of the that kind of stuff. Where are we? There we go. You see, now we can see it's peaking. Okay, here we go. Okay, no. Can stop all the clips. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we've got a 4-bar loop, and we can just send it. Let's send it straight up to one of these sample channels. Nice. It really sounds quite nice. Now I'm going to do an experiment and actually double this because I want to see what it sounds like if we go one in each ear. Here we go. Loop this section here. I don't know if Twitch and stuff plays back in mono or just stereo. Stereo, just mono. But this could sound quite trippy if you have headphones on. Huh. And it looks like it's... interesting. Very interesting. We've got this wide stereo sound now. Because it's two different sounds. Okay. Now, I'm a firm believer in just going ahead with stuff. I don't waste too much time on this type of music. Like library music for me is supposed to be done quite quickly. So I'm going to just go with a 16-bar loop here. 1, 3, 4, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Now we've got the basis of a track. Next up, I'm going to... let's stay in sample mode. I'd like to keep on experimenting. So next thing I'm going to do is get over to track select mode, which is here. Sorry, record arm. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got some glitch sounds which I can overlay. So I'm going to just noodle around, try to come up with some creative beats. Four. Cool, there we go. A little bit of a glitch pop. Shouldn't take too long to get that in there. So now so this is the cool thing about using both this program and this program at the same time, is that when you set it up like this, you can very quickly make progress, you know. That's what I'm going to do now. So here's what track 1. We're going to move that up to here. I suspect we're going to need a whole bunch of blank tracks, so I'm going to just move all these labeled tracks up there and just keep on going down from here. There we go, it's a nice sample. I don't need the hip hop anymore, the tempo at least. Cool. Let's put that back up there. Just want to let you all see what I'm up to, but also keep things a little bit interesting. Alright, that's literally just going to loop now until I tell it to stop. So I don't think this needs any more in the line of glitching and popping. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this. That's good enough for a part A. Let's move on to a part B. So I'm going to come up with a part B now. Alright, I want to make some changes to this. Two, three, four. Like that. Cool. One, two, three, four. Okay, then we have a, let's just take the previous take, which I think is minus, no, it's nudge, no, it's what I'm trying to do is shift up a take, no, I want the page up, no, 8, no, star, no, what is the cycle 3 tracks shortcut that I created? Control Shift T, no. Control T, no. I need to get better at this stuff. Okay, anyway, for now, as usual. There we go. There's our part. So I'm going to bounce that down. 1, 2, do, 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 do. Do, do. Do, 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 do. Okay, it goes to the middle. Do, do, do. Cool. Do, do. You can kind of hear the chord progression here. Now we've got an A and a B section, and we'll go back to the A section here. You can see how quickly I write music. This is out of necessity. I commit to writing 8 or 10 tracks a month because I find that it's not really about the quality necessarily of the output. I think that's more like a byproduct. But if you do enough stuff, then you've basically just create habits and templates and shortcuts and workflows and methodologies that make it very quick and easy to do custom jobs. I just love writing music, man. I just love sitting here making beats and writing music and stuff. This is fun as hell. Cool. Over to the piano. We've got this kind of beautiful pad. Now I don't even know what key we're in because I've been playing off the samples. Nice and dreamy, huh? Looks like we're in A. Okay, I'm just playing this keyboard at the moment. See what kind of interesting sounds we get. I'll let the bass come later because it should be quite self-explanatory. I do like this pad sound that I'm going to experiment with. And then this one here. Very different sounds, but they glue together in this album format. There, that works well. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where the loop will start again. Good. So now we have this, which we can loop, group, and turn into a part. There we go. Right, we've got the basics of a track here. We'll come back to that. Let's just put that there for now. Very quick and formulaic music production. Now this was my bass sound, wasn't it? Yeah, this was my bass FM8. So I'm going to rename that. Let's take it down an octave or two, which is here. I like this keyboard sound. Right. Okay, good. We got a good start here. Now I know what needs to be done. We have to firstly just record the bass. So here we go. I'll give myself a 1-bar count in. Once again, I've put the track marker in the wrong place. 92. There we go. Cool. Track 5 is. Dun, dun, dun. Three, 4, 1, 2, bang. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's it. That's all we need. 1, 2. So I started in the wrong place. 2, 2. Take the glockenspiel vibe down. Cool. And then this guy here gets repeated as a group it. Sorry. Yeah, all of this. Can we just group that as one, please? Thank you. And then we shift L over to there. And now we've got 4 of these. Nice low bass sound. Cool. Why don't we come up with a B part for the bass? Oops, not that. Now we're going from an A major to a B flat, which is fine, but it's going to make things troublesome on the way down when we go from a B flat down to an A major. It's a strange shift. I don't think it's going to work. And even though the last chord here is going to be the third, the E. Oh, I love this organ. La, la. Do, 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 do. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. Right. Coming up with the B part bass line. Okay, not working at all for me, this part. When that happens, my first step for this kind of music is I'm going to reverse the items so it sounds backwards. Don't think it's working either. That sort of works. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 1. Let's just shift this. I'm going to just be reckless and double that like that. No, okay, we might need that later, so let's stick it here. What we've got is this sound. Which kind of follows this. D to F sharp progression. Why don't we do it less frequently? This is another standard trick for writing, is just play with time. Half time, double time, that kind of thing. Okay, what I'm okay, we're going to a progression now, which is D, E to F sharp. Okay, let's put it in a new lane so that we can afford to throw a delay on top of it. So here's a delay with reverse, and let's see how that goes. Can you take a delay from here and drag it onto there? Because that would be amazing. Yes, you can, because Reaper is amazing. Here's a delay for unit. Let's listen. Okay, not really the one I was looking for. Let's go back to... There's one called Tell. Tell is a pretty nice delay unit. Dub delay, this one here. Okay, we'll take out a lot of clicking, which I dig. Let's just zero that. Okay. I'm going to try to play around on this with this keyboard. Okay, I think we could adjust the timing, but on the whole it's got something. Just get rid of the delay. Okay, right. There we go. So it's something like this to G, G to D. yeah, so I'm really just going to play around now. Let's just see what comes out the pipe. This ghostly sound. That last one is throwing me off, but we can get a nice groove here with this D major 9 to a sort of E6. Okay, then the beat also needs work. 3, 4. So let's take the sequencer down, then there we go, something like that. Okay, let's just nail it. Why not? Just drop it straight in there. Command Shift W. There we go. Z 2. Nice. There. I want to undo that change. 2, 4. Okay, a little hokey, but anyway. Doesn't really work with the change from here either. Maybe if we just doubled the whole length of everything. So let's just think of a theory here. We're going from A from an A to a G. Two, 3, 4. Now, what if we took all of these? We're modulating from an A to an F sharp major, starting on the D, which is not really ideal. What we actually want to be doing is something on a D, starting on B flat. No. And then we go back down to that. So if we were to change from the B flat, the F sharp it's currently in, up to a D, we'd have to move everything down 5 semitones. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Pitch is going down 5 semitones and apply that. So now we should be in the key of. That's it. Now we can take this all down. Okay, so that from an A to a G. This is really just the basics, you know. This is really just right down in the beginning phase, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Okay. Do, 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 do. Let's do that 3 times. Da, 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 da. First thing I need to do is just make sure it's exactly there. Yeah, that's C natural. Is it an A natural now? Yeah, it's an A natural. Okay, this could all be one part. Group it together, make sure the hold pedal is behaving. Three, 4. We could probably do well to get rid of these bass notes, maybe, because we'll have a separate bass channel. Cool. You notice how much I'm not relying on a beat here, even though it's really easy to bring a beat to the whole composition, kind of vibe it up. I tend to think of that as spice, and I like to rely on like kind of, I don't know what else to call it, but compositional integrity where chords make sense on their own without, you know, necessarily having a beat. Although with this type of music, you also don't want to be too theoretical and too like, you know, like rely too much on harmony and theory and stuff like that. Cool. Let's take a little breather, just re-establish what the aims of this are. What is the point of my life? You know, the usual. Okay, let's get back to the start. I'm going to do a guitar layer on top of this all at some point, or sample some guitar sounds and too much hold pedal there. Let's take it on and off quickly. Cool, so it's din din din. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hear it. I know where it's going. Whoa! Boom! Do 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 do. I'm not sure that those work so well. I went down 5, let's try something else. I went down 5 octaves to correct these guys, but you could also take them up 7 octaves, which is going to have the same effect, just an octave higher. Did I do -7? Yeah, I meant to do 7. Cool, I'm going to head back to Ableton now and see if we can get some funky ass, let's get some funky ass samples in here from the patches we haven't used yet. This kind of stuff's cool. Cool, so let's loop this section here. Ethereal. Yeah, I thought I said loop. Loop it. Nice little feature. Weird, of course, weird sounding, but I don't know about that last chord. Let's take it out. Okay, I think I'm looking in the wrong direction for what I'm actually looking for. So let us, what is this? Okay, this was an A part, which I've subsequently deleted. Don't need it. Right, let's stack up some more instruments here. Now I've got previous. I think we've got enough beta. I think we've got enough in beta in that. Yeah, that's what we need. Okay, well, let's get the beat in there now, and let's see what kind of results we can get from this. The beat I'm using is called New School, and I'll show you what it looks like. When I say what it looks like, that's important because New School is this kind of very mathematical looking playback device, and I'm going to try and show you how it works. Let's take it over to, yeah, it's mostly mouse work. Let's just take the volume down. Cool. Very busy. Let's take it all down. Okay, so that's how, I think this is how you silence it. You just create some kind of nice generative groove there. Love it. It's going to work well, so I'm going to just sample that. Here we do. News 020. Yeah. So let's just let this run for a couple of minutes. 2, 3, 4. No, that was a mistake. I don't want to sample that. That's not correct. That's an Ableton sample. Turn that off. What I want to do is this. News 020. Okay, and this guy's rating was changed so that it's not receiving Ableton anymore. It's not receiving React, so I've got this all nicely set up to the point. Oh no, I've done the same mistake again. This News 20 should be a new, completely new, there we go, completely new track. Okay, now unfortunately it has to be a bit loud, so I'm going to turn this guy off. This guy's monitoring must come off. So you see what's happening here? This guy is picking up that guy's signal, which is what I want, but what I don't want is this to be on. Okay, so I'm afraid it has to be quite soft while I sample it. I love this. This is going to work well, yeah. Here we go. Let's record. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the good stuff. Take that down even further. Take that up. Currently sampling this weird looking 8-bit instrument here. It sounds a little bit too repetitive for me, so I'm going to screw with it now. Oof, that was horrible, sorry about that. No, don't want that. That's a bit more subtle. Let's introduce some new stuff. It's getting out of control. There we go, that should tame it a little bit. Now let's come up with something new. Gunshot. No, not ideal. Let's see what's happening up here. Okay, either way it works for some nice background type of generative stuff. That's not the main core beat, so here we go. Now that I've got plenty of that, what I'm going to do is just treat that take as the take, meaning that aside for one or two really loud sounds, we don't need to change it. Cool, need to kill that. Here's our recording. First it starts a bit soft, and then I turn it up. So let's get to the loudish part. Seems a lot less present. It's just purely a volume thing. If I were to turn this up, you would hear exactly what we just heard. Hey, gotta say goodbye. Adios.
Cheers.
Cool. Let's say goodbye to my cuz. Cool, man. So we are. Where's that loud flippin' kick sound that I accidentally made? There it is. Cool. So now we've got to literally just cut out that bar, and there it gets a bit hectic. So I can treat this whole section here as the groove or whatever. Cool. There we go. Let's group that up together, and I'm also going to loop it so that we can drag it out. We've got a track now. I mean, just using machines, I've generated, 3 or 4 minutes worth of this kind of generative stuff, which is great. Here it sounds like in the mix. Okay, a little bit on the heavy on the high side, so I'm going to just tame those high frequencies a little bit with this compressor. I like it. I'm going to do a shaker with this, I think. I forgot about the sleigh bells, so I should add that to my list of stuff. Always running out of pens because I use them as chopsticks, as drumsticks. Bells. Let's use bells all over this album. Nice and mellow. Cool. So we don't need a lot of thinking there. All we do is we add in a there we go. That's a little bit louder. Let's turn it off. Turning monitoring off. Voice down for a bit, but let's get treat it as two different takes. So I've got a shaker left and a shaker right. I can delete that and that. These guys come together here. And good. And I'm going to actually just go ahead and pan them straight away. Shaker, shaker. Turn them off. And where are we? Here. Good. You go there and you go there. Cool. Nice and loud still. Let's turn it down. Still way too loud. One thing with this type of music though that you could improve on is to resist the urge for everything to play continuously. So what if, for example, I cut these up before we do left and right. Let's just cut them up. So I'm going to cut them up. So let's okay. Cool. Let's treat that as one loop. So I'm going to undo all this work. And we'll repeat the process here for consistency. Good. I'll show you what I'm doing. These pink tracks here are shaker tracks. So I'm just deleting parts of them to create a glitchy sound. Cool. I like that. Let's group them and loop them. Now we've got two tracks which are suitably glitchy, or at least a little more glitchy than before. Cool, now it sounds a little bit more like a glitch track. A little erratic. Okay, let's bring up the FM8 bass. Cool. I mean, that's quite nice on its own. I haven't really even added a beat yet. Or accidentally recorded over that. Not ideal. Let's bring that out. So I just want to hear what this sounds like if we reverse it as a new take. In other words, there. Much better. So that's kind of where the repeat happens, and there's a repeat over here. So we'll work out things to do to bring out new elements as we go. I suppose I can turn that back up a bit now. Cool. What we're doing today is I'm writing glitchy, almost African-inspired electronic music. What happens if we move all of this back to the front? Here. Yeah, that's it. This doesn't really work. I've got a problem, and that is that this is gonna have to go to not the master but just to the bass, because it's the same patch being played. We've got a, yeah, that's the bass, and then MIDI in. Or MIDI inputs, we don't need an input track, cool. So this goes to bass FM8. I want to be able to play, oops, keyboard over a bass line, and at the moment the keyboard and the bass line are the same instrument, so they're still going to be the same instrument, but this time I think I've modified the ability to, no, I haven't really. Oh, you can probably do this. Can you do this? No, you can't. So the MIDI isn't affected, unfortunately. Or maybe I should just look around for a different sound. Look around for a different keyboard instrument. This does sound a bit Depro, doesn't it? Cool. Well, why don't we just do that now? I love this so much. What if we just put that there? It's a bit more mellow, huh? Cool. Well, it's starting to sound like one track, which is a good sign, I suppose. What it needs, though, is that beat. The beat is missing. This can be the break, and then we go to a second B. We could also lower the low sounds on this, I think. Cool. Well, it's not a bad start. Let's see what you can swipe from previous projects. Oh, I've got an idea. Let's get into the guitar now. The guitar generally brings a lot of life to stuff, so let us do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guitar to the rescue. This track's sounding okay, but not great. Now there is a moment where we tune up. I forgot I should probably just notify anyone in the UK that I'm streaming. Cool. Send the word there. One there. Cool. Alright. I think I'm the only viewer of this stream, given that I am the viewer that is the number one. Okay, doesn't matter. Point is, we're going to record some guitar. Let's do it. As usual, these go behind here. No jazz, no blues. Okay, the highs are a bit too distracting right now. Shakers down. So the mirror throws it off a little bit, so it's got to be a bit wonky rhythmic wise. Missing some kind of very clear harmonic guideline. Right now I know that it's going from A to G and back, but I can't feel it. Let's try that out. Okay, the idea I had while I was recording there was this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Little quick. 1, 2, 3. And then that note there was supposed to be here. Let us also take this opportunity to shut up this is really just not necessary to be playing all the time. that's what we're doing all day, every day. Why don't we try reverse this too, see how it goes. Cool. Bring this one over here. Nah, I don't like that idea. Not everything has to be reversed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Cool, get rid of that. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I can feel like a kind of hip hop beat happening already. Okay, bring a second element to the guitar. So duplicate that track, make sure it's only that one recording, and here we go. Easy. Cool. Same treatment, just reverse this last item and don't need any of this. Okay. 1. We'll tidy it up later. Cool, there we go. I don't like this take, and we can claim that. Let's just take it from here. It's here. Didn't like it. Cool, that's fine. Let me take that. Good. And delete the in-betweens. So it should sound pretty normal now. Here we go. Cool. 2, 3. Let's just sync up these start points. We can, I suppose, cheat as you do when you're a music producer all the time, constantly, all day, every day, hoping that no one notices. And you can just, get rid of all this dead air, and it should sound good. Uh-oh. Looks like someone's going to bust me for that. Let us try and do a fade. No, fades are off. Let's try it again. There we go. Cool. It's a little bit cheeky, but it should work. Cool. These are now apart, which we can group and loop, baby. We'll get some delays and stuff on that as we go. So now we've got a nice palette of sounds that sounds like it's come from different places. We've got sounds from sort of in the box, like computer sounds like musical, which are like generated, rhythmic pads. Then we've got guitar, which is a live instrument. Then we've got stuff using this RC30, which I've used with an Ambira and a delay pedal to kind of bring it all together. And then we've got MIDI sounds in the form of this organ and bass sound. So it's all kind of working together to, create a kind of very rich sounding collection of sounds, a rich sounding palette. Okay, so I'm happy with this. It's taken a while to do this today, but I'm happy with this and the way the guitar is coming along. Let's come up with a part B for this. Here we go, it's going to be. Okay, so it's a little bit spacey, which I like. A little bit Kev. Okay. Let's get some bass in here. This part is immediately cool. 2, 3, 4. Let's turn off the record function. 4. Looks like it didn't pick up the first note. 3, 4. 3, 4. Three, 4. Go on, there's your part. This came early, and so we need to move it back. It's quite rich. Okay. Now we've got a bass part. Let's just quantize it. Obey me, machine. And come up with a guitar part. Okay, this is now beginning to annoy me a bit. Why don't we see what it sounds like in reverse? Keeps the rhythm going, which is nice. Let's just get very select with the sounds. So just 2, 3, 4. Same again. This goes here. You can hear like a whispering in the background, like someone going, "Oi, oi, oi, oi." Cool, there's a part. I'm just literally, without even hearing it too well, I'm just committing it. Because that's how you roll when you're on a time budget. Now let's come up with a nice guitar sound. Okay, just messing around. That's quite nice. Okay, from A to B to C sharp. our landing chord is this, is the B. This is called composing while recording. Two things at once. Because it's just those are the two bass notes, and we got. That's cool. Okay, almost getting there. Just work out the chords. Okay, I've got to stop and think about this for a while. So it's okay. It's just no. There's a minor here. So it's no, it's actually that, yeah. Okay, it's gonna sound better if I do it in two different parts, I think. So just we'll do. Okay. Play. nice little glitchy little poppy. Got some guitar in there. Now I've got another part which is that. Okay, one thing that's annoying me is this high snooze cool thing that I did a while ago. Play along with this. I would like to create a sample instrument now which feeds back a small Mbira loop, a tiny little micro sample Mbira loop. I'm going to duplicate that, and literally you can just pick anything, it doesn't really matter, because you're going to be slicing it so finely that it's going to abandon its its timbre and start to sound like anything from a motorbike to an airplane. The trick is to make it loop there, like that. This is what I had in mind originally, with some of these bonobo type sample instruments. This is how, there, that's what I'm going for. So now, sure, sounds a bit like auto-tune, eh? So you can hear that it's a buzz. Good, now let's get the polyphony down to 1 so that it only plays one note at a time. That's going to be under, go, while I'm here I've got, yeah, polyphony, where is it? So we can also put a shaper on here, this should be interesting. Just makes it louder. How about 4-bit? Also makes it louder, but just circuit. Okay, don't get sidetracked. What I'm trying to do is find, turn this into a monosynth. So let's see, pitch up. This is going to be, I like the spread function, I like portamento. The glide is better, yeah. Now the sample we want, how do you turn it to polyphonic? Anybody out there watching, how do you turn polyphonic? I mean, this is most of the modern composers' like challenge is actually just, you know, problem solving software. That's nice. Oh, it looks like it is monophonic already. Yeah. Cool. Now what I want is that sound to be a feature in this part. It's a bit sharp, eh? Let's take it down. Tune it a little bit under pitch. Octave. Can't do it. Nope, not gonna work. LFO on the filter. Let's first record this part and then we can mess with it a bit. Ooh, 1, 2. Cool, now we've got the part recorded, so we can start to screw around with its timbre. Ah. Almost try to cheat me there. Where does the LFO go, bro? Where's the LFO go, bro? Rate up. Let's just solo this out so we can get some clarity on what it's sounding like. Ah, it's raining. Lovely. I like the panning. That's good. Take the panning down. Let's do another LFO. Huh. You can get quite LFO-ish around here, Amount. Let's take it to the shape amount. Ah, you can, finally! Loop start and loop length can be modulated. Oh, I've been waiting for this for ages. I didn't realize you could do that. Great. So now it should be messing with the samples. Yeah, you see, it's going beyond the loop end length, which is what I wanted. Great, that's a nice little breakthrough. I didn't realize you could do that. That's good. The attack value is coming in a bit sharp. Let's bring that down. It's glitchy, and that suits the tone of this compilation. A little bit too much panning. Let's change that. Can always do that in post. Still a bit abrasive though, you know, like this is meant to be a bit of a background sound, so we're gonna have to taper off some of the stuff with the filter. The buzzing doesn't really work, does it? And also the fact that it's just one sample doesn't work. So we want a mono synth sound. We want like the sound of glide between the notes, but we actually also want yeah, we want a little bit more beef in the. So I'm going to drop this down an octave and see how that goes. And we could also take the sustain and release values down. That second sample is just overriding the top one. Not ideal. That's minus 12, and this one is also minus 12. Why? Can you not play different samples at different... No, you can't. So it actually just... Because it's one sample, correct. So that's not going to help. What might help though is if you play the same thing at two different pitches here. But because it's a monosynth now, it's only going to allow one of the voices to come through at a time. Okay. So clearly some more fine-tuning is required. Maybe we could just double the voice and record them separately. Listen to that. Okay, it's weird, but I mean, weird is in the nature of everything I do, so... That doesn't sound very good though, so... Gotta make a plan here. It's mostly about learning, but I also have to put out music, you know. Let's come back to here. Make sure that we're only playing back one. Let's try that. And now it's treating it as one note because glide is on. So we're going to have to take the sustain volume up. Let's also not play that C natural, that G natural, A natural, sorry. Back. Start again. Oh no, I've gone and reset the entire project, so now it's playing from the beginning. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm at a threshold now that I have to just record it. Here we go. From here, let's do one take of that and go. No, you go. Weird. Cool, and then it should start again. Now we've got a problem with the start point because I think it's come in. I think it's meant to come in here. 3, 4, 2, 2. These are the last two bars then. There. So then we can go like this and then make sure that this goes there. No, not right. One. Those are the last two bars. Let's just keep focused here. These two, yeah. Hang on. Focusing. Ah, I see what's going on. Bummer. This has not be playing. This has got to be off and in another lane, preferably. Let's take it up here. And solo off, volume down. Okay, so that is the start point there. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. That's one of the start points. So from here to here. There you go. No. I mean, I like the fact that it kind of glitches out a bit, you know. So this is our loop. Let's. It's a little weird moment, but anyway, it kind of works. Let's see. Well, let's see if it works. Okay, cool. I think that's enough for today. Subtle background. Must be very background. Can always layer that with something else, but anyway. Sometimes you put a lot of work into something that just isn't worth it, and I think that's what just happened now. Fine, lesson learned. This is track 5. I've been working on it for about 3-4 hours today. I've got ear fatigue, so I'm gonna give it a rest. Here's some of the other stuff I've been working on. This kind of shit. Okay. End of the month, for last Friday of every month, I release an asset pack, meaning tracks, but also stings, samples, loops that are thematically like consistent, so you can use them for like a brand or whatever. And you can download those via my website, johnbartman.com. And thank you very much if you were here today. Appreciate it. I'll be back soon with some more African sort of vibing electronic music for this month's